Well, hello again, and welcome to another episode of Holding History. This one I intend to be just a quick object lesson, just to show you a few things from my collection, but also to use those things to illustrate kind of a point here that I'd like to get across. So, I'll start off with the first item. I think probably just about everyone out there has seen one of these. This would be a United States silver certificate. This particular one is a 1957A series, which means that it was printed sometime after 1957, but before 1963, when the silver certificate program was discontinued. So this is the front of that, and this is, of course, the reverse of that. Very familiar. You probably have a reverse very similar to that in your pocket right now. Wouldn't be a silver certificate, but basically the same design. So one of these was exchangeable for one of these. And this would be probably what was the most common silver dollars of that era that were still in banks, still easy to be found. This would be a piece dollar, and many of you collect these out here. This particular one is in 1922, which is the first year that they were really produced in any great number. So this was exchangeable for that bill at any point in time. Both of them were worth $1, and that's a transaction that you could make if you didn't want to hold the paper dollar. You could trade for the silver dollar. The second piece we'll look at is a large size silver certificate. Now this is a 1923 series, so just preceded this by a little bit. You can see the size difference here. Cash drawers had to be larger, wallets had to be larger during this time. But again, this is a 1923 series. Spielman White, that's the most common signature combination. That's the one that this is. And there's the reverse on that. A little bit different design, a little bit fancier than the one. But still, at that time, 1-to-1 ratio of exchange for this to this. Either one, both worth $1. You go to your bank and exchange this for that. Very important clause at the bottom. You'll see one silver dollar payable to the bearer on demand. So same issue there. All right, here is a more classic design of silver certificate. This is what's known as an educational note. This is an 1896 series, and these were only produced for about 2 or 3 years until they were replaced by the 1899 series. This one has a very interesting reverse. George and Martha. And my note obviously has a little tape residue over here in this area, but not a real big deal for me. This is an expensive note. I wouldn't have been able to afford this note had it not had that issue. So this is your 1896 educational silver certificate. Now they didn't have the piece dollars at this time, so even though this is still exchangeable for a silver dollar, it would have been exchangeable for something more like this. The old Morgan dollar. Everyone has seen hundreds and hundreds of these on YouTube, thousands of these on YouTube. Now, this particular one is graded by PCGS MS64, and it's in an old green holder. But either way, this was exchangeable on the 1-to-1 ratio for this. Either one, both worth $1. Now, if silver wasn't your thing, up until 1933, the United States issued gold certificates. This one's a little chewed up, but this is a gold certificate that I have in my collection, a $20 with Washington on it. At this particular time, he was still running on the 1, so he was on the 1 and on the 20. These had these brilliant orange gold backs on these. So this one was exchangeable for $20 in gold coin payable to the bearer on demand, and so you could take it into the bank at any point in time and trade it for one of these. This would be what many people consider the most beautiful coin that the United States ever produced. Would be the $20 St. Gaudens Double Eagle. This is a 1924. It's a very common date, but nothing common about these. So that was exchangeable, 1-to-1 ratio. You could have the coin, you could have the $20 note. Either one, both worth $20. So this is a 1922 series. They also made very similar designs of this in 1905, 1906. Now, interestingly enough, we've all heard of the Federal Reserve. And this note that you'll recognize from my channel, kind of got the back of it plastered everywhere. This is one of the notes that got me kind of into collecting currency. This is a 1914 series Federal Reserve $20 note. And this one has the back that I really enjoy. It's got the choo-choo train, and it's called a transportation back note because you have the choo-choo train, you've got the car, you've got the old Flying Jenny, the old airplane, and then on the right side you have transportation by water. You have an ocean liner, tugboat, the Statue of Liberty's in there, New York Harbor in the background. So this is a very well designed note. But at the bottom, I don't know if I'll be able to get in close enough on this. Let me give it a shot. This is the obligation here at the bottom, and it states on that last line right here that it is payable in gold coin or lawful money at any Federal Reserve bank. So because not a lot of people had much faith in the brand new Federal Reserve system, if you had one of these new notes and people really didn't know what to do with them, you didn't like it, you didn't like the fact that it wasn't backed by something, you could theoretically take it to the Federal Reserve and they would trade you one of these for your note. So just something interesting about the way things used to be. And then of course I have one last thing I'd like to show you. I think we all have some of these lying around. This is the modern Federal Reserve $1 bill, and as you'll see here, the only obligation on this is there is not an obligation. This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. This is the dollar. You don't exchange this for a dollar. You don't trade this in for a dollar. This doesn't transform into a dollar. This is the dollar. So, there you go. Which system do you prefer? Comment below, and I'll see you for another video soon.